If you're feeling overwhelmed by how fast Anthropic is shipping Claude Code updates, you're not alone. I'm going to show you how I'm keeping up. All it takes is a paradigm shift and a slash command. I'm Pete. I run a software development agency in New York City. We work with startups and Fortune 500 companies to bring their products to market. So I spent all of March deep in a fintech client project, like 18 months of code that went through a SOC 2 audit. And when I came up for air last week and opened the Claude Code changelog, I was pretty overwhelmed. There were many new features I hadn't touched, and I knew catching up would take forever. So I came up with a plan. But before I show you the solution, let's look at a few charts, because if you're thinking that things aren't moving that fast, you have no idea. First, I just counted the releases. There were 258 releases this year, on average one every 33 hours over the last 4 months. But this isn't really telling us the big picture. For the second chart, I counted changelog bullets. There were 2,113 of them. It's better, but a fixed typo still counts the same as added channels. In round 3, I added category weights. So features times 4, incremental improvements times 2, bug fixes times 1, but still the magnitude isn't correctly captured. Last, this fourth chart, I weighed every bullet by character length. So big features typically get longer descriptions, small fixes get short ones. It's not perfect, but if you take a look at the changelog, you'll see it's a reasonable approach. Then I mark the actual name launches like hooks, skills, subagents, etc. And here we go. The start of our collective anxiety. The first 8 months are pretty flat. Then January 7th-ish hits and the floor doubles and never comes back down. That's called a phase change. Pre and post January 7th are functionally like two totally different rates of progress. So for me, the paradigm shift is that as humans, we hit a maximum rate of absorption for this product. We will barely be able to keep up with it from here on out. And to Anthropic, I think that's fine. They got what they needed out of us, like millions of people to train their machine, and now the machines can keep up with the machines. But that future is depressing, so I wanted to find a better way to keep up, and my solution is a simple slash command. It uses AI to help you keep up with AI. So you drop the slash command into Claude Code, run it, and it does 3 things. First, it scans your project, your code base, skills, MCP servers, hooks, settings. Second, it cross-references all that against full changelogs. And last, it looks at how you've used Claude Code, like the way you've been prompting it. Then it tells you what you're missing, how to improve, and how to get you up to speed. For instance, if you're editing auth code and you're not using the security review command, you should use it. If you have repetitive workflows and never tried the loop command, here's how and when to use it. If you have Figma in your project but no Figma MCP, it'll tell you to install it. What I love about this is that it's not a generic checklist. The output is specific to your code base and specific to how you actually work. Also, it's a slash command, and it's not a skill so that humans can decide when to run it, because each time you run it, it could use a fair amount of tokens. I'm dropping all this on my Substack tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's free. There's a link in my bio.